It is Sandski, and welcome back to Trade Recap episode number 3. In today's episode, I want to go over the two trades that we took off of QQQ. Both were calls, one in the morning and then one towards the afternoon. But let's get into this. And before we start, if you guys have any questions or you want me to do a certain type of video, just let me know in the comments and I will be more than happy to work on that for you guys. So the first trade that we took was right off rip in the morning. I liked the way that we opened, holding both our 9 EMA here in the blue and the 13 EMA here in the the red. And another reason I liked it so much was look at how close pre-market high is to where we opened. Knowing this, once we were able to break it with a pretty strong candle with decent volume, I was figuring that we would need a big move to break us back below this. And sure enough, we were able to hold pre-market highs very, very nicely up until about an hour later when we finally broke through. But I took calls right here, right as we pushed above this pre-market high level, and as well as an extra bonus, we were able to hold VWAP as well. And we sold right around here, right as the second candle started to go. Contracts went as high as 22%, sold right around 19-20% for a nice profit. And then the second trade I took was later in the day. Let me zoom out to show you guys. And that was right here. So you can see we get these two candles right off pre-market highs again. Once we broke below right here, it took a while to get back above. You can see we kind of were in a downtrend right here, followed by a big dump, but we were eventually able to recover. But right here, we get these wicks, and right here off this wick, you can see our trend line's VWAP is kind of slithering in and out of our trend line, which was also added bonus because it's like you got to break both things for me to be able to feel confident enough to take this trade that I took. But we get sort of a wick off right here. It's about 10 cents off. Then right here is when we start to get really tight and coiled up. We get a wick here, and then 3 in a row. But once we were able to break this trend line right here and break VWAP, I felt comfortable enough taking calls. To me, it felt as a pretty good risk to reward. I was only using a small size, using the profits that we took earlier, but I was able to take calls right around here in this inverse hammer, and I rode them up to here, which was my profit at the pre-market highs for a nice gain. So that's two plays right there. The markets have been super choppy, so I'm lucky that we were able to find two pretty clean setups. The first one I liked a little bit more just because the morning, I didn't even have to take another trade and I still would have ended up green, but I ended up finding a setup that I liked enough to take. So that concludes this episode. Like this video and subscribe, and I will continue on pumping these out. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.